Hey, hello everyone. Hector Castillo, ex-Realty New York Metro. Today, I have the pleasure to be sitting here with Emran. Emran happens to be an exit associate here with Exit Realty Premium in the Bronx. How are you, Emran?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me today.
Oh, my pleasure. Listen, I appreciate you taking this invitation, Emran. You know, um, I was thinking about from the moment that I met you 3 years ago. Obviously, today is March 2022. So 3 years ago, that's when you started real estate. Isn't that correct?
Yes, about 3 years ago, this May it will be 3 years. And
Wow.
first we met is on a boat on in
Yes.
and I feel like it's like happened yesterday because
Yeah, it's happening
the
too fast.
yes, everything is happening very fast, and I'm very excited where I am right now and
Mhm.
where I was when I started. So
Right.
um yeah.
So what I want to do, Emran, is I'm going to ask you a few questions, and the idea pretty much is for you to share the success that you're experiencing, a little bit of how you got started in the business. The intent here is for others to listen to your story, whether they are brand new to real estate, whether they are thinking about getting into real estate, or whether they are a top producer. I think your story is very inspiring that I think is going to touch a few people out there for sure, my friend. So I really want to thank you for accepting this invitation to joining me here and doing a quick interview with you.
Absolutely, and I feel blessed that you reached out to share my story, and I'm happy to do that because I know a lot of people will inspire maybe one person at
Mhm.
least. So, and I'm excited to share my story.
Beautiful, beautiful. So let's get started here, Emran. So tell me, Emran, um, where do you come from originally, by the way?
I'm from Bangladesh.
You came from Bangladesh. How long ago did
Yes,
you come to the United States?
I came here about 8 years ago in 2013.
2013. Okay,
Yes,
so obviously, okay, so let me ask you, I'm going to ask you a blunt question, very blunt. Do you
sure.
come from a family that has a lot of money, yes or no? A rich
No,
family, a wealthy family?
no, absolutely no.
Good. Well, listen, I'll tell you what though, and that's the case with many of us out there, right? We come from from parents, that they did the best they could to help us, to raise us, and to guide us, right?
Right, correct.
Great. Okay, so you came here in 2013, and I understand you went to school here, right?
I did. I went to specialized high school and I finished my high school. Then I went to Bronx Community College
Okay,
and I completed there. And that's end of my semester, like last semester, that's when I got my real estate license as a part-time.
I see.
So
I see.
yeah,
So you went to college for 4 years or 2 years?
it's 2 years, community
Two
college,
years.
yes.
Got
Hmm.
it. And did you complete a college for 2 years? Did
I
you finish?
did. I did.
You did.
I
Now,
did.
what were you taking? What were you planning to become?
My major was computer information system programming. At the time, it was IT is a big thing, still is. So
Sure.
that was the hype. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to get into IT and get programming, but I didn't really like coding and all that.
I see.
So yeah,
So
and I
you
took
shifted.
I the funny thing is, it wasn't my plan to get into real estate full time. I just got
Mm,
my license. I had a friend who's looking to purchase a house and my parents just bought a house, so I knew the process a little bit, how everything went by. So
right.
the friend is like, can you help me with the process? Like, you know what, I can, why not get my license so I can help you and maybe get some money as well.
Got
So
it.
that was the whole idea, just to make one sale
Right.
and get the license for it.
Interesting. So before real estate, what type of work did you do before real estate, by the way?
I was working full time, Uber, and
You were driving an Uber?
yes,
Okay, got it. Got it.
even when I got my license for the first year in real estate, I was doing Uber
I
because
see.
I had to pay bills and all that.
Of course. So you
Yeah,
did Uber for how long you did Uber altogether?
altogether about 3 to 4 years.
Wow, 3 to 4 years. Wow.
Yeah,
So you were going to college and you were driving Uber.
correct.
Got it. Wow. Interesting. Good. So then a friend of yours decided that he or she wanted to buy a house and they kind of ask you if you could help. But you didn't
Right,
have a license, obviously, right?
Right. And he was kind. He said, I will wait for you, get your
I'm
license.
waiting for you.
And he waited 2 months for me, and I studied hard and took the exam once, and I passed,
Wow.
and I started helping him. And it's
Got
kind
it.
of went through from there.
So when you got licensed, did you go and join Exit Realty or did you join any other company before that?
I actually shopped around. Like when I went to the class, the
Right.
instructor told us at
Hmm.
least interview two, three brokers before you
Yep.
make a decision. So I
Yep.
did interview a few other offices, but when I came across Anthony, my broker, Exit Realty Premium, and this is it. When I met him, and I knew this is where I want to be, and this is where I want to start.
That's beautiful. Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah. So once people meet Anthony, I'll tell you, I mean, the guy is so lovable, right? He's such a
Yes,
charismatic type of guy. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, we're very happy to have you on board, my friend. And we're very happy that you selected Exit Realty Premium to come and join us.
yes,
So tell me something here. Tell the audience here, Emran, you get licensed. Did you help your friend, by the way?
I did. He was my first client.
He
Yes,
was your first. Did you close the deal?
I did. I did. That was my
Good
first
job.
deal. Yes.
Good job. Perfect.
Thank
Excellent.
you.
Okay, good. So explain to the audience here, for anyone that's watching this, Emran, how was your experience in real estate the first 6 months, the first year? How were you feeling? Were you comfortable doing what you were doing? Were you lost? Did you get the guidance you were looking for? Tell us.
Comfortable, of course not, especially when making calls. But first, I would say 6 to 12 months was the hardest
Right.
because, I mean, first of all, I didn't know anything, but I
Mhm.
had a great mentor, Anthony, my broker,
Right.
because there was a time I would send him a text from a client what to
Mhm.
say because he told me whatever you say sometimes your word can make a deal or break a deal. So I was very sensitive about in the beginning. Then
Mm.
his mentorship was the key for my success, or to stay in track, because
Got it.
first 6 months to 12 months was hard. I only made one sale of that friend in 6 months. Then
Okay.
next 6 months I did another sale. So in 12 months I only did two sales. So it was hard. It was hard, but
Mhm.
Anthony told me, keep doing what you're doing. Don't give
Right.
up. Have
Yes.
faith. And yeah, that's what I did.
Excellent. So I'll tell you what, though. So granted, you did one sale in 6 months, then you did another sale the next month. But you first closed, how quickly did you close the deal once you put in contract the very first one? How many months did it take you?
First, after 3 months, we found a house. We've been showing a house, buy how they don't like. We almost had a deal in the first month in my business, but they backed out. So we had
Right.
to look for a deal. And in 6 months, it took like about 2.5 months to close on that deal.
Got it. Got it.
So in 6 months, I had one deal. That
Got it.
one, yeah.
And listen, we've seen people that close deals in 3 months, 6 months. It took me 6 months to get my first commission when I started real estate.
Yes.
So it's pretty standard. Very good. So obviously the first year, it was, new, everything was new to you. Then, you made two sales, you felt comfortable. How do you feel moving forward after you joined, maybe after you were here a little bit more than a year? How were you feeling at that point?
So after 1 year, I think that's when I was thinking, is this is for me?
Right,
Because it wasn't paying my bills, because I still was doing full-time Uber, because
right.
I was working 40 hours in 4 days. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and some other weekdays. So I would drive at night. Usually I would drive at night. And on the weekend daytime, I would go out and show houses, because in the beginning, that's why I built my business, working with buyers. And it's time consuming. They
Sure.
take a lot of your times, but that's how I built my business. And
Was
I was struggling, and then COVID came in, and
COVID,
what
yes.
right before COVID, I had 5 deals, 5 accepted offer. So
Hmm.
everything is going in contract in matter of time right now. Then
Right.
COVID came in, one after one, I lost 5 deals,
Wow.
and that moment I was extremely down, and I
Discouraged.
discouraged, and I almost gave up. So I called Anthony and like, I don't, Anthony, I don't know what else to do. and I don't think this is for me. And I might, I mean, I was thinking to give up or do something else, or maybe go
Right.
back to Uber doing full time, because I was making good money on Uber, to be honest, because
Of course.
I was working long hours, I was making money, but that's not the life I wanted. I wanted stability and have a title or a, like, the reason, one of the reasons that I'm still doing it is to help others. When I see after closing how excited and happy they are, the client, when they purchase their house or sell their house,
Right.
that's what motivates me. That's one of the reasons motivates me. So
So cool.
after talking to Anthony, that's when I, like, he told me, just keep on it, doing what you're doing, be patient, you will get there. So I was just listening to what he was saying, and it worked out.
I'll tell you, and that is a great message that Anthony shared with you. And I'll tell you one thing though. You see, so here's what happens, right? People get into real estate, and I speak about this quite often. People get into real estate and they say, well, I'm going to try real estate. But that's not the way it works. Real estate is going to try you.
Yes.
Okay. So, I mean, the fact, look, I mean, and for everyone that's watching this, you got to listen to what Emran just said. He had 5 deals going into contract, then COVID hit. One after another, the deals fell apart. He was feeling great about it, right? The fact that he worked so many months working with these 5 buyers, lucky he was able to put him in contract, and then little by little, everything disappears. And this is where the industry, the real estate industry, will test you. You see, it could have been very easy for Emran just to give up. He was already thinking, I'm giving up. If it wasn't for Anthony getting on the phone with you and giving you a few words of encouragement, you would have been gone. You would have been doing something else, maybe driving Uber, who knows, right?
Yeah.
So the message to learn here is that no matter how things get in this business, understand that if you persist and you become consistent, regardless of what's happening, you will flourish, you will move ahead. But it is very easy for a lot of people just to give up. That is the easiest thing to do, just give it up.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, I mean, being in this business for so many years, I've seen many people that give up fast. There are agents right now that have been in business, Emran, for 3 years, 5, 10, 20 years, and they're doing 3, 4, 5, 6 deals a year. But a lot of them, they're living in a constant financial situation that they cannot surpass because they cannot see beyond that. But I'll tell you, look, no matter what's going on in our industry, Emran, and I'm sure you know this already, no matter what's going on, no matter how you're feeling, the real estate industry will always be moving. Buyers will buy, sellers will sell, no matter what's going on, no matter what happens with the economy, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's a fact of life. So I'm very happy that you follow the guidance and the suggestion that Anthony gave you to just keep up, my friend. Just keep it going. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. So I'm glad you shared that.
Yes, and definitely, because I mean, when he told me that, I was like, okay, I'll just try. But I had no confidence in myself, because losing 5 deals, I was already thinking how much money I would make. So
you're already spending your money.
I'm already thinking of what I'm going to spend the money. So
of course,
when I saw I'm losing all this money, and for what? After showing all these properties to these buyers, working 4 or 5 months with them, and all of a sudden, all of the deal disappear. And with the COVID came in, we stuck at home. We cannot cold calls. We cannot prospect. And I was literally down.
So. And I'll tell you, and this obviously happened to you, it happened to a lot of people. This is the reason why you have to be so committed to this business. Granted, your situation was slightly different and pretty similar to a lot of cases out there, but you had 5 deals in contract. And in your case, because of COVID, everyone fell apart. But here's the one thing we got to always remember. Always remember, right? Try to put as many deals in contract, because if one falls apart, you still have a few left. So I'll give you an idea. If you got 2 deals in contract and one of them falls apart, guess what? You can now have 50%. But if you got 5, you got 6 deals in contract, 10 deals in contract, and 3 of them fall apart, you still got a bunch of them left.
Yeah.
And this is why you got to be consistent. One of the biggest problems that I've seen in real estate is that, and it happened to me as well, no matter how good of a producer you become, sometimes we become too comfortable.
Right.
Oh, I got 3 deals in contract this month. I got 5 in the pipeline, and then all of a sudden you decide, well, let me take it easy now. Let me not prospect as much. Let me not work as much. Then eventually you close the last deal, and now you almost dried up because you don't have
Right.
anything pending. So being consistent in this business is so key, my friend.
And I believe that so much because I read the book Ryan Sarhan, Sell It Like Ryan Sarhan. So one thing he mentioned there,
What book
the
is that?
Sell It Like Ryan Sarhan.
I don't think I
Ryan
have
Sarhan.
it. Huh,
Yeah.
okay.
So he says something on the book that don't just focus on one deal, because the more ball you have on the year, you might miss one or two, but if you have like 5 balls on the year, you will definitely catch 2 or 3. So
Yeah.
that's the mindset in my head that, okay, I cannot focus on 1 or 2 deals. I have to focus on 5, 6 deals. So if one of them go wrong, then I still have 4 deals to work with. So
Right.
that's the mindset. Since then August 2020 up until now, I have consistent of like 3 to 5 deals in contract. So I don't have to worry about commission coming in. So I'm focusing on new clients and new deals.
That's
So
beautiful. Yeah. Let me ask you, Emran, are you always prospecting for buyers and sellers, or are you getting a lot of referrals from the people that you're helping?
right now at the moment, 90% of my business are referrals.
90% of your business is referrals.
Referrals, yes.
Perfect. Beautiful. That is exactly. And you know what? Look, I'm glad you said that, Emran, because again, another mistake that I've seen agents make is that they work with X amount of buyers or sellers and they kind of like put them on the side. And then they decide, well, let me go prospect for more buyers, more sellers. I say, well, why not? Why not work together with the ones that you already have, connect with them, engage with them, make them your raving fans so they can refer you in the future. Granted, you can
Yeah,
always prospect, but the base of your clientele, you got to know how to flourish it and
right.
how to stay connected with them.
Yeah, and it helped me out because even there was a client, because every time I talk to someone about real estate, I don't think about the transaction. I think about how to help them. Because there was a time I had clients who would call me with any question they have, but I never made a transaction with them. But the
Right.
thing is, they just because I answered their call and gave them the answer they're looking for, they remember me. They saved my number. Every time they know someone who's looking to buy or sell, they would refer me. And I got so many deals just like that, that
Mm.
I never dealt with that person, but just because I spoke with them and I was available for them, so they remember me and they refer me to their family, friends, and I made sales on with their family and friends. So
Wow. Wow.
that's one of the key.
That is so key, and I'm glad you said that also, Emran, because you're right. Quite often a salesperson, will work with someone, and their main focus is, hey, well, how much money am I going to generate here? But
Right,
if you put your focus on the service and the experience you can give that person, whether they buy or sell from you, you're
right,
right. The moment you take care of them and you work with them close and you guide them and you assist them, granted, yeah, they will remember you, because
yeah,
the time will come whether they decide to buy or sell later on, business will come to you. So you're already experiencing this here, which is good.
yes, sir. And this is one of my goal is to be known in my community as the real estate person, the go-to person. So every time someone think about real estate, I want them to think about me. So that's one of my goal, and it's been working so far. It's been working so far,
You
and
know what?
I'm
You should
blessed.
give yourself a slogan, the real estate doctor. You should call yourself the real estate doctor in your community, my friend.
I could. It's kind of interesting name, yeah. Real estate doctor, yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though, Emran, I'm glad you're sharing this here. And obviously, look, you've been doing this, granted, May 2019, right?
Right.
That's when you more or less joined, right? So it is now
Yes.
3 years later, almost 3 years, right? So you have experienced a lot of success over the last year and a half to 2 years. Can you tell us a little bit about how is it that you were able to achieve the success because you have become one of the top producers in the company, in your office?
Yes.
What drives you, my friend, and how were you able to do this?
So what drives me is one of the thing I told you is I love to help people. And the thing is that I know that this is, let me tell you a story. When my parents purchased the house in the beginning, there was a lot of thing that they didn't know. And I feel like the agent who was helping wasn't doing proper job and stuff like that. So, and
Mm,
I felt like, and I, when I joined, started doing real estate, and I saw other agents who's not being so faithful to their client and only thinking about the transaction. And I feel like we need to change that. And I'm going to be the person who, when people think of me, that they can call me and they can trust me immediately, because they will know that I'm not going to lie with them or hide any stuff
mhm.
and just for the transaction, because my focus is long term. I just don't want one transaction and done. I want to be their advisor, for real estate advisor, for the rest of their life. So that's one of my focus, and that's one of my item to be successful where I'm right now. And focusing on being available and knowing the market, that's important. Like when I talk to someone, if they feel like I don't know what I'm talking about, that's a red flag. So that's what I focus on in the beginning. Know about the market, study the market, and talk like you know the market on back of your head. So
Yeah.
that these are some of the key that helped me.
That's cool. And I'll tell you what, though, if you go with that idea that you want to provide the service, you're right, people will engage with you. So one of the things that I've done in the past, and I'm sure, maybe you can use this line here, Emran, and everyone that's watching this, right? Whenever you meet a buyer or seller, just let them know, listen, this is what I'm going to do for you. Okay. This is how I can help you. My goal is to help you and your family, whether you're buying or selling real estate. But ultimately, my main goal is for me to be your realtor for life,
Yeah.
whereby in the future you will recommend me to your family, your friends, your neighbors, your coworkers. I want to be the realtor. I want to be your realtor for life. And if you go with that idea, people will feel appreciated, that that they can trust you. They will feel that, yeah, this person really means well. And
Yeah.
this is what we got to do in business, because rather than prospecting every single day, let's say, let's pamper, let's work with the people that we already have, and guide them and help them, and go out of the way, become the go-to person. Once
Yeah.
you become
Yeah.
the go-to person, Emran, I'm telling you, people will look for you at all times.
Yes, and I'm seeing that right now because most of my business comes from my own community. So there is a sense of trust automatically when I speak their language. So, and it is an advantage for me, and I would say for new agents, that's if you want to grow like me, like quick, not quick, I would say, where do you want to start? So that's why I started focus on my community, because uh, they needed a person that who speaks their language, though they speak English, but like when someone speak on with their mother language, they automatically feel trusted and they feel comfortable talking. So that's what I took advantage and started working on that and working with my community people, and that's how I started growing my client base and still growing with my community people, like from my country.
That's wonderful. Emran, obviously you're very busy. You have become, again, one of the top producers in the company right now in your office.
Yes.
Um, do you have systems in place that helps you follow up with all these people that you're working with?
Yes, I have a CRM. Right now, I'm using a Wise Agent
Wow.
CRM, and also I created a spreadsheet on my own that I have their information, name, number, email address, when I last spoke with them, and follow up, and I go to first thing in the morning. I check the MLS and check my list, check my client base who I'm working with, and I this is what I do every day. Morning, first thing, and before I go to bed, check MLS, check on my clients, and this is the system I have. I created my own, I would say, spreadsheet that
Right.
I follow up. And this day I spoke with this person, and I need to follow up on that. So I take notes. I also have like two notebook. This one and this one. So write it down what I need to do, and you could say it's like old school, but it kind of working for me.
It works for
So
you. Yeah.
yes,
You know, the fact, look, a couple of weeks ago, actually, no, about a month ago, I think it was, we hosted a session in the region, and it was related with the real estate master club that we have, right? That agents can subscribe. And we
right.
had Nick, one of the guys from the company who, I don't know if you attended that session, Emran, but he spoke about the program called 8651, I think it is. And it's about an agent who can close 86 transactions, okay, by speaking to 50 people and working only 1 hour a week with those people.
Wow.
So it's
No,
called 86, 50, 86, 51, and another and a one. And so again, how to close 86 transactions with 50 people, speaking to them an hour a week. So
wow.
these are the ideas that we bring to the table. And you're already doing things like this already, Emran. So it's working for you, my friend. But
Yeah.
look, here's what's going to happen. One thing we want to make sure that agents avoid is, especially when you become a top agent, do not become too overwhelmed. Okay, because if you don't have the right systems in place, what's going to happen is that you're going to get burnt out. And the business, I'm telling you, you can get burnt out very fast. But by you having systems in place, like Emran says, he has a CRM. The program that he uses is Wise Agent, and it works for you, right? And
Yeah.
that's the program that can help you follow up with all your people that you know out there, regardless whether they buying or selling. So I'm glad you're doing that, Emran, because it's really going to help you stay organized and be focused. Because here's the idea. The idea is for you not to keep everything here. The idea is to go from here to here onto your CRM. Let the CRM work for you. So I'm
Right.
glad you're doing this.
No, absolutely, and it saves you time. It saves you a lot of energy, and you don't have to keep everything. Like you said, you shouldn't keep everything on your mind, because on
Right.
daily basis you're moving around, doing presentations, showing houses,
Yeah.
negotiating. So you have to have a system that in
Yeah.
place that you can go back and see what I need to do next.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you don't have
And
to have everything in mind.
those systems reminds you of some of the
Yeah.
activities that you should be following up on, right? Which is
Yep.
great.
Yes.
Emran, so tell me something, Emran. Tell the audience here now. So, it's 3 years now that you've been doing this, right? 3 years. You're going into
Yes.
3 years now. What plans do you have for the next 2, 3 years, my friend? Where do you want to go? How far do you want to reach? How many transactions you want to be closing?
Okay. So recently I got promoted in my office as a director of sales, and one of my role is to bring more agents, like newer agents or experienced agent, and bring them in our office and show them how we can help, because
Yeah,
exit system has so unique training and all this unique strategy that can help a new agents and even experienced agent that can take advantage and go out there and make money.
yeah,
And with the sponsoring, it is the huge advantage to help other agents and still get paid. So right now I have 4 sponsoring agents in my team, and I'm looking to sponsor like 10, 15 in next 1 to 2 years. So
wow,
myself, I want to, that's one of my goals, is to double what I did last year in terms of commission. So if I sold 10 homes last year, my goal for this year is to double it, 20 it. The
right.
next year is the same. And in terms of right now is bringing more agents and train them and be like me and share with them like what I was able to do. and and I feel like there is limited people that wants to share their system.
Right,
And I feel like, and Anthony said that a lot, there's enough for everybody, so there is no point of fighting or hiding what you're doing
right.
when there is enough for everybody. And it feels good to share. It feels good to share with everybody and moving forward with everyone else.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And again, it's basically here's the way that I see it. As I said to you earlier, right? We all come into this business we reached that success level, and it's time for us to pay it forward. Let's share with
Right.
others. Like Anthony says, yeah, there's enough for everybody. And there's always going to be enough for everyone. But it makes you feel good when you know you're helping someone, right? That, because sometimes, look, I remember when I started real estate, it was tough, like it is for a lot of people, right? You didn't have the right guidance, 100% because there was a lot of confusion. You didn't know how this business was. But once you become comfortable, but if you have someone helping you and guiding you and showing you the path, life is a lot easier for real
Yeah.
estate, right?
Yes, absolutely. And I'm not sure if I would be here without Anthony's guidance. So
Right.
that I'm grateful for that. And I think everybody should have a mentor like Anthony, or like a broker like
Got it.
Anthony, that who can guide them through the process, because there will be a time that you want to give up.
Right.
And
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's not easy.
Yeah, I
It's
agree with
it's
you.
yeah.
So, Emran, let me ask you now, how many hours are you working, my friend? How many days and how many hours?
I mean, there is no limit. I'm working 7 days a week.
You're
So
working a lot of hours, right? Yeah. Well, listen,
yeah,
you're on fire, my friend. You got so much momentum going on right now. So you're busy. Okay, good. So
yeah.
you're working 7 days?
I am working 7 days, but yes, I'm working 7 days. But I wake up. I try to wake up early, 6 o'clock. But Anthony pushed me like you should wake up early at I guess 7 to 8 o'clock, and from then I work and make calls. I follow up. First thing I check MLS was on there, because I have so many buyers that looking to buy and there's not enough listing. And with the restriction with cold callings, we cannot cold call. So I utilize the social media marketing
Yeah.
and all the emails contact that I have, reach out, and that's pretty much my whole day. Going out there, talking to people, and making new connection. Try to make new connection by talking to new people out there, but
Right.
it's hard. It's still, even though it's 3 years, but still I have a hard time making new connection.
Of
But
course.
I just have to do it. I just have to
Right.
do it to grow myself. Yeah.
Right. But at least you feel comfortable. You know that by you creating that activity, going out there, connecting with people, you're going to end up helping more families, right?
Yes.
And
Yeah,
then it
that's the
works.
goal. Hmm.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Well, Emran, listen, I want to thank you, my friend, for sharing this information. I know that at the next awards summit here in the region for 2022, you're going to be awarded one of the top awards, my friend. I want to congratulate you for that.
Thank you.
No,
Thank you.
listen, I just love to see how you have excelled in your business after doing this here in only 3 years. And I'll tell you, but he's the beauty. And listen, um, I'm sure you know this already. We spoke about you being in real estate a year prior to COVID, but it was a
Right.
learning process that year. But then COVID hit, okay, 2 years of pandemic, and yet you have been able to achieve the success and to help a lot of families and close a lot of transactions. And here you are, almost 3 years later, picking up one of the top awards that the company is going to provide to you. That, my friend, it's very inspiring, very, very inspiring, because you have been able to succeed when many were not able to succeed, when many decided not to do much, when many gave up. You continue pushing and look at the results. You did it, my friend.
Yeah.
And listen, I mean, beautiful job,
Thank
man.
you. And I say that a lot. When COVID came in, I felt like it came in as a blessing for me, and I didn't realize that at the beginning, because I was doing Uber up until COVID came in. Then completely stopped doing Uber, and I said, you know what? If I'm gonna do this real estate, I'm gonna do it right. So I became full time since COVID, and up until now, I'm doing it full time. And I think that was the best decision I ever made, doing full time. And when you do it full time, and you know that there is no backup, because
Right.
before I knew that, okay, if I want to make money, I can go drive, make some ride, and make some money, right? Now I don't have that, so I have to make it work. So
Yeah.
that's one of the strategy, and it worked. It worked. So I had to do this. I had to do it right, and I had to make sales, and that
Right.
was back of my head.
So basically what you did was, which is something that we read in the book, Think and Grow Rich, the book
Yes.
by Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. It says, you have to burn your bridges. You got to burn your bridges. If you know where you're going, disconnect from everything else. Like in your case, you were driving Uber, you got into real estate, COVID hit, you decided, hey, let me do real estate full time. You got rid of driving Uber. That means that you burned the ship and you became a real estate professional. Right.
Yeah.
So now it's not like you can go, you could always go back to Uber, but I'm sure that's not an option anymore because you now experience a different type of success in real estate that you're good at. And,
Yes.
and what I like about this here is that in the 3 years that you've been doing this, Emran, you really gave it all, my friend. And I can see that you have gave it all. And what I say all the time is if you're going to do something in real estate, okay, you got to dive into real estate. Just dive in. Just go ahead and non-stop. Keep pushing because the results will show. And you, my friend, have been able to achieve that. So for that, I congratulate you, Emran.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
My pleasure, my friend. Well, for those of you watching, I hope you got some ideas on what Emran shared with you because, listen, I mean, there's a lot of different ways that we could have taken this conversation with Emran, but I wanted you to understand how difficult it was for Emran and for a lot of people out there as well that started brand new into real estate and then discovered that for 2 years of pandemic, he couldn't do much because New York State banned a lot of the prospecting for real estate agents. New York State did not allow us to do the things. We were not allowed to go in to see buyers or sellers. But and that's what separates those that are winners. And you, my friend, you have shown to be a winner. And for that, you're going to be receiving a beautiful award at the award summit. And I just want to wish you all the best. Keep shining out there. Keep doing a great job. Keep communicating with your community. Keep helping your community. And again, continue paying it forward, Emran.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And thank you for inviting me to share my story. And I wish it will help other agents out there, new agents or someone who's looking to get into real estate. And if anybody has any question or want to reach out, I'm sure you can send their information and I would be happy to help.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you right now, we are at a time in our industry that many people that are working in other industries, they want to come into real estate. There are so many people. So for you as an exit associate, listen, I say this, whenever you're going to speak to someone, right, whether it's a buyer or seller, always ask, who do you know that may want to buy, sell a house? Or better yet, who do you know that wants to do a career change? Let's help everybody. Let's help. We have the opportunity at Exit not only to help buyers, sellers, but let's help agents, number one, succeed in real estate, and those who want to join real estate to also join real estate and to hopefully join one of our Exit offices. So, Emran, again, you're doing a great job, my friend. I'm glad you got quite a few people that you sponsor into the company. I'm very proud. I'm very happy that Anthony has coached you, has guided you, and has helped you in your career. But, there's only so much Anthony could have done with you. It was you, my friend. You took the advice. You took the guidance. You followed the steps that he suggested to you. And here you are. Look at you.
Yes. And I agree with that because there's so much you can teach someone. If there's no action, there is no result. So you have to follow through those advice and put it in work. And I did that, and Anthony was pushing me. He would put me and ask me what you're doing. Have you done this? There is accountability. So you should have an accountability check with someone, with a broker or mentor, whoever you follow, and that should help you in the beginning. And that's how it helped me.
Beautiful. Well, listen, I'm glad that you share this information. Emran, very happy for you, my friend. Keep doing a great job. And thank you for sharing your story, and I just hope that for those of you watching, listen to some of the things that he said, because if you really analyze and put yourself in those shoes, I'm sure you could also become a top producer, just like Emran has. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We will see you at the next one. Emran, all the best to you. We'll see you soon, my friend. Be well.
Thank you. Have a good one.
All the best to you. Bye-bye.
Bye.